Hey folks, welcome back. We're still in the medieval era as the Byzantines. We didn't quite have enough time in the last episode to make it up to the early modern, so we're sticking it through the medieval here. I think the last episode was about an hour and a half, so a little bit on the long side for sure. So we're going to try to wrap up the medieval era here in pretty short order. And then we'll see about what culture I'll be picking for the next era. I have given it a little bit of thought already, kind of between recording sessions here, and I'll discuss in a minute. But first, let's get this basic infrastructure in here. I know this isn't a lot of base money, but there are some later infrastructures that depend on having those that are good. So we'll grab those. I'm also going to want a barracks as well. That'll reduce my the cost of my units later. I'm hemming and hawing a lot right now. I apologize for that. So, Unug. Okay, let's get the flood irrigation for sure. Decent amount of infrastructure in here. I feel like I've built a lot of it recently. So, they're attacking me? Okay. This is a little weird. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so I think what I want to do is capture San Lorenzo, right? Because there are quite a few luxuries in here. So I'm going to be looking to declare war on them. And I really just want to clear out the rest of my continent. This has a lot of strategics, right? So I will want that at some point. Oops. Way to turn here. And I was looking at the Unclaimed Wonders. So there's the Citadel of Olomouc. And that's an interesting one because one of the cultures I'm thinking of going up as is the Haudenosaunee, right? And they have this Rhodiscan Regatta, or something, pronounced something like that. And it has the stealth, right? So the Citadel of Olomouc would benefit that. I don't think I'm going to be relying on that a lot, assuming I pick them. So here's my logic here. I think I'm between a few options. Obviously, the Dutch let me go hard on money. The problem I'm going to have with the Dutch is that I'm struggling a lot with population in my cities, right? Like, I really don't have that much pop in most places. I just don't have enough food income. So it's hard to take advantage of a lot of the benefits to the, like, extra money per population, or with the Mughals, where you have the extra industry per number of workers, all that kind of stuff. And the Joseon kind of have the same thing with the Sawan, where you have the extra science per researcher, right? So those are all really, really good, strong effects. I just don't have the necessary population, I feel like, to really take advantage of it in a lot of those cities. So my thoughts here then are that one option would be the Ming. I am really low on my influence generation, and the Ming could help counteract that. And I am having some stability issues in quite a few cities, and the Grand Tea House is quite good at both influence generation as well as providing some stability due to being a commons quarter. And I believe because I have that discount on commons quarters, I can build them quite quickly through the civics that I've chosen. The other option I'm thinking about, like I mentioned, is the Haudenosaunee, and that would give me quite a bit of food generation. We're not to the point where you have to pick yet, and one or more of those cultures might be gone by the time I actually want to pick, but we'll see what's available by the time we get there. Okay. I think I can probably... I'm 3 cities over the cap. Quite a bit. How much is it to merge these? All right. So, wish me luck. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest. Let's see, 10 stability there. Put 10 here as well. Any other spot that would be good? I don't think there's something really compelling. There's a lot of money there. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Minus 35 food as well. The artificial reservoirs, at least, to counteract a little bit of that food imbalance. So that's going to increase my influence income quite a bit because I was so far over the city count. It's making me reconsider whether or not I want to go to war with this other place. I'm also thinking if there are other cities that I'll want to combine later, maybe like La Venta and the city over here. Maybe an option. It's pretty spread out, but they're kind of a low number of districts each, so the stability hit wouldn't be that bad if I absorb one into the other. Okay. Down here, let's get artificial reservoirs as well. Also get the aqueduct, a little low on stability here. Need to get my science output up. And I think I'll go for furnace steel here for the high furnace. Don't think I have a compelling reason to need chivalry. Suppose the commodity market is decent. We'll pick up furnace steel. But I think I'm pretty good on money already, right? So I'm not too worried about trying to generate more money. I think I'm just behind on production. So once I get that in 3 turns, I'll look to era up. Okay, do I risk it losing this guy? Probably not. I'll just come back. Just gonna buy that harbor out, and then we're going to produce a cog quickly right up there so we can go exploring the ocean. And after that, we could think about the Great Fish Market perhaps. I think what I'd really like is a little more industry here. 21 industry is a nice boost. I will eventually be absorbing this territory here. Could do it now, honestly. Let's see what that looks like. That's not bad at all. Let's get an extra hippodrome as well. Let's do that really quick. Put a turn of production in there. So hippodrome, and then we'll build the cog quickly. Maker's quarter, research quarter. We do have a stability issue that we're going to run into here. I suppose we could do something like that. Venta's okay for now. Does this have the fishery? Yeah, it does. So I think eventually we're going to combine these two. So we're going to get the fishery to reduce that combined cost. And how are you on their science infrastructure? You don't have it. Okay, that's fine for now. Maybe start work on another district. 22, 25. It's your industry. It's okay. I feel like I'm a little far behind on industry on all my cities. It's pretty slow producing things at the moment. Any cultures taken yet? Doesn't look like it. No, I haven't thought about the Venetians. I guess they're mostly trade route based, and I don't have any trade routes really. Everyone's angry with me for legitimate reasons. Okay, Kerma. Let's hit the Alchemist Workshop, and I feel like... I don't know, do I want to keep going on the money on this city? I feel like this is one of the few cities where I actually have population growth. Let's go for another farmer's quarter. This is a decent sized city here. I could starting to run out of food, and I would like to keep that growing. Go ahead and buy that commons quarter. Need one more. Right there is good enough, I suppose. And are there any civics that we still want? Kind of want this one. The +1 food and industry on Commons Quarter. I am kind of leaning towards picking the Ming at this point, just to resolve the stability issues. Though I'm not sure if I've ever played the Haudenosaunee on stream. I honestly don't remember. This would be an okay game for them, I think. Which I don't feel like I can say a lot. Right, there are ruins right there. I'm going to clear those ruins. And we're doing okay on stability there. Let's go for another Maker's Quarter, make sure we're getting our production up. Well, my production is just it's low, 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 and it doesn't feel good. Let's see, what's this look like? Okay, let's get those extra slots. We just need to get some of this basic infrastructure in here still. 17 production's pretty good. Not good in terms of stability. I think I should just keep focusing on the science. We'll go here because this is a lower stability hit. We're going to want the Alchemist Workshop as well. It's really the only city I have that's doing any significant amount of scientific advancement. Okay. So I did get one aesthete star, which is pretty good. I'm going to make a quick save here, because sometimes I change my mind about the culture that I want to play after I pick it. So the Dutch are an option. I feel like my science is slow, and I feel like I have a lot of money generation already. Now, obviously, I could get a lot more if I move people onto generating money, but I have some stability issues I need to contend with, I think. Though I suppose the once I get access to the manufactories, I'll probably resolve a lot of those, even though if I'm not mistaken, the manufactory effects are local now, rather than global. Or at least the stability effects. Need to add something else to this queue really quickly before I forget. Let's get those extra worker slots, I guess. The Maasai, I feel like the Nkang there, it's kind of weird, right? Because they act as an anchor. It's +5 food for adjacent exploitation. So they thrive in like large cities where you're not going to build out the whole way, where you don't where you don't have adjacent districts. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's a great option for me. The Swiss, again, I think I talked about these a little bit in the last episode. In order to make use of this Watchmakers Guild, though, I need to have people that can fill these slots, and that's just not really an option for me. I'm too low population. The Dutch I could make use of with the VOC warehouse if I start moving people over to the trader slots. I don't feel like I have enough people. The Inca, I don't think I really have the mountains I need in an advantageous enough of a position to really use them, so that's not really an option. Haudenosaunee, we've talked about. The Joseon, the main reason to pick them would be to start building these Sawans, so I can catch up on science, but I don't know if I really need them, to be honest. I think I can catch up just from building regular science districts. The Ming would help with my influence generation for sure, as well as my stability issues. Mughals, they'd be okay. I don't have a ton of workers in a lot of my cities. I'm a little more limited in that respect. Like one Jama Masjid would be the 30, I guess, plus the exploitations. That's actually not that bad, because I'm exploiting that in all my cities. Obviously, the Gajnal is quite good. The Ottomans, they're good. I don't need the Ottomans this game. The Poles, defensive, don't need that. The Spanish, aggressive, don't need that right now. The Edo, I don't have that influence don't have that population to justify this, I don't think. And the Terras are not great, in my opinion. They're too dependent on being next to a mountain, and their effect is too small for those mountains, in my opinion. And then the Venetians, we don't have any trade routes. So I'm kind of thinking the Haudenosaunee still. I've played a lot of the Ming before. I've played a lot of Mughals. But, yeah, let's just do the Haudenosaunee. I'll trust myself to take care of stability issues as much as I would like to pick the Ming. As far as tech, just get a turning guilds and we'll be swapping next turn anyway. Here we are. Okay, so that's one player eliminated. So technology, we are going to go straight for humanism, right? We want the luxury manufactories as soon as possible. Go ahead and buy that Maker's Quarter. And the Three Sisters Plantation. 47 food? Not gonna lie, that feels pretty good. Just start with the 1. 46 food there. Finish that Maker's Quarter first. Down here, get the Calman's Quarter. Yeah, it should be fine to build 1 there. We have a Farmer's Quarter being built at the moment. Let's prioritize that Three Sisters Plantation. That's going to get us more food. And just build all of those. Really want to pump this city up with food as much as possible, and then I'm going to turn around and start cranking out a bunch of districts that I can fill specialist slots. So I'd like to explore this area here. Get that Varangian back in position to kind of go explore that a bit. And let's see. In terms of tech, I don't feel like... Yeah, these don't give us city cap. Take a look at scientific facts. Let's go for that extra science on holy sites. Just increase my science output just a little bit. It's not going to be by that much, but better than nothing. I just want to declare war on them quickly. San Lorenzo is the one I'm struggling with, because I'm not sure if I'd want to keep it as a city or not, because it is kind of well developed. But, you know, let's just get this over with. They don't really have a chance here. I'd have a garrison there. Completely forgot about that. They had some units in there that I didn't quite catch, but that's okay. Alright. Assault. And a lot of crossbows. Let's move the Varangians out of the way there. Let the crossbows kind of do their dirty work at the start. Some Nahaya are pretty brutal. Do a lot of damage. Unless these guys don't have a target this turn. It's fine. Let's take out the swordsman. Thankfully not strong enough to kill my crossbows. We have higher combat strength. But remember, those are one era behind me, right? So for being that era, they're quite good. Alright. Let's see. If it's a forest there. So if I do that, there we go. do have a tendency of running units into ranged units if they're available, which, I mean, makes sense, right? It's when they're vulnerable. But they don't really have strong units left, so I'm going to expose these crossbows and kind of let them run up at me. Only because I know the crossbows are able to handle it. They're much higher base combat strength than the units they're attacking me with. There we go. And I can move them there. Won't, unless they attack me, which I don't think they're likely to do. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait for next turn for this. And they have a ship anyway, so even if they suicided all their units, it wouldn't matter. Okay. End that turn. We'll wrap up this combat quickly. There we go. There's San Lorenzo. I wonder if they got another city somewhere. Let's see, so 1 and 2. Yeah, they wouldn't make it until I have another tech. Can't remember what tech it is that. Is it 3-masted ship? Yeah. So I'll have to wait a little bit. We'll just keep exploring with that cog. Political entitlement. Do you like the +1 combat strength on emblematic unit? Now this is increasing my science output, but I could use that +5 stability. Emblematic units are usually pretty good. This is not my usual choice. I think I'm going to do that though. Let's do a war victory. Or resolution. Let's force surrender. Give me all your stuff. Whoops. Okay. Let's see what you look like. Minus 110 stability. I could absorb it into this city here and still be kind of okay. Okay, here's what I'll do. Let's build some of the basic infrastructure that I have here, and I'm going to think about absorbing it. That is a real possibility in my mind. I have the next tenant, and my usual pick is a shoe gluttony. I think that's still the pick I want. Stack that movement speed. Start moving my units kind of up, or at least most of them up this way. Thing is, I can pretty easily deal with these guys with the armies I have over here, so might as well position my other armies to do other things. Alright, I have extra movement now. I forgot about that. Thank you, Issue Gluttony, so now I can actually get over to this land, which has horses, which is great for me, considering I have hippodromes everywhere. Okay. Just get you, like, up here. Seems like... yeah, I don't really know where the other continent is, so we'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Could already go to the next era if I wanted. Expansionist stars, militarist stars. Yeah, we're not going to the next era quite yet. We're not really doing a speed run here. I remember kind of when the game first came out, there were people doing runs in like 50 turns, basically, where they would win a science victory. It was pretty crazy. With Babylon, I wouldn't be surprised if you could still do that. Forgot to look at the wonders. Brussels Town Hall. Once completed, gain 50 fame for each previously unclaimed cultural wonder in your empire. Once completed game. Okay, so extra fame for every wonder, extra stability, extra influence, 15 industry, 15 money. Interesting. Here's a hotel. Listen, I don't know this one. Hotel de Invalides. What's this? Units generate a small amount of health when outside of your territory. On unit, +1 combat strength per veterancy level, and money when you destroy units. Units disbanded in foreign territories grant population to your capital. Interesting. Wow, there are a lot of wonders in this era now. Machu Picchu I'm familiar with. St. Basil's I'm familiar with. Santa Maria del Fiore. 20 faith, 40 stability, 5 science per adjacent commons quarter, +10 influence per territories under the religion's influence on territories following your state religion. That could actually be really good for me. Taj Mahal would be incredible for me. Top copy is good. Palace of Versailles. Looks like a sort of diplomatic wonder. Wow, there's some really nice wonders in this era. I think I have to go for the Taj Mahal this game. I would like all 3 of these, though, I think. They would all be very good. So let's try to build one really quickly and see if we can claim another one here. Just pump that Three Sisters plantation out really quickly. Who needs stability help? So this thing, how? Oh, just buy that one too, why not? Yep, that looks good. We'll build the Taj Mahal there. Just get that Maker's Quarter really quick, because, you know, I can just buy things. Taj Mahal. Get that Research Quarter. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. Yeah, and that's a long build time for the Taj Mahal. Might be worth it. Hit it to 7 turns. So what I can do is just kind of use money to kind of squeeze things in. 5 turns. I think that's... Oh no! Really? Oh, I'm gonna lose this guy now. Might as well just disband. That's kind of shitty. Stupid AI. Okay. Go for tolerance. Congress of Humankind. The first to unlock the Congress of Humankind, reaching the early modern era, build an embassy and meeting all other empires. Okay. Yeah, I haven't experienced the Congress at all. We'll figure it out once we've explored a little bit with our cog, I suppose. Right. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like that territory is particularly important, even though I would like those horses. They would help increase my income. Actually, I can pick on this guy a bit. Okay. Buy that plantation. Get back to the Taj Mahal. Actually, we should go on expert policy here. We're going to kind of go our usual production, science, money. And thinking about turning this into a science city. Maybe kind of this area here. I'm thinking about kind of combining these two anyway. We need some more of this infrastructure in here though. Make it a little cheaper to absorb. Need the charcoal kiln? Yeah, I do. So let's get the charcoal kiln in queue. A couple other differences as well. Okay, almost have centralized power. And, man, 6 turns for humanism. Long time to wait. Pretty slow on my technology at the moment, but given the cultures that I focused on, that really isn't that much of a surprise. Obviously, being behind on science can be a big hit. But I think in this case, I'm fine. How am I doing on Taj? 3 more turns. Right there. And can't quite buy that. It's okay. On to the next turn. I have a little over 3,000 gold a turn. I say a little over, an extra 300 gold a turn, so 10% over 3,000. It's a pretty decent amount. I will say the money feels a little bit more balanced now than it did. It actually still feels useful. Normally at this point in the game, buyout would have become like prohibitively expensive in previous patches I had played. So to see that it's actually still useful is pretty nice. Okay, we're gonna go like that, I think. That'll work. Okay. Don't think they're really going to be able to do anything. Just kind of getting them in a position to go later. Might as well upgrade these guys to the halberds. See if we see anything if I just go out a little ways. Don't think I will. Okay. Same thing with this army. Just gonna get them set up to go later. And should probably take care of the city soon. Let's move that up. That'll reduce that buyout cost a little bit. And I'm gonna drop an obelisk in this city as well, because that'll help with stability when I buy stuff out. I'm gonna go ahead and surprise war here as well. Okay, they do have a slightly more modern army than I thought they would for a culture that's down to literally a single city. Why is that? That's so bizarre. Not sure I understand why I got the deployment zone I did there. Regardless, let's make the most of it. Okay. Sure, we're plinking these crossbows down as much as possible. Give us strength. Is there anywhere I can get a shot that isn't here or here? That works. Not worried about peasants, really. See, I think these guys, it's better to move into the city. They're on low ground there. Go ahead and take those peasants out. Then I can move that up. Sort of give each other combat strength bonuses. Okay. Doesn't seem like this is going to be too difficult of a fight. Okay, let's go up here. Bring in the envoy if I needed it, which I definitely do not. We will not be bringing the envoy in. hoping to kill them. These guys. Thank you. There we go. Get those guys in there. So these guys way in the back. So let's bring them up as far as we can, but they're not going to be immediately useful. Something like that is fine, I suppose. Okay, prowlers. I want to call them saboteurs, even though I know they're not. So nothing really too fancy going on in terms of the combat here. Really just the combat kind of basics of slowly advancing your front line, right? I feel like there's not too much for me to narrate here. I'm not doing anything crazy. And I do have the flag, so I suppose I could just sit if I wanted to. So there's really no reason for me not to just sit. There we go. I accomplished a world deed that I missed because I was right-clicking through notifications. Alright, so Taj Mahal coming up next turn. Okay. It's for surrender. Give me your city. And we're just immediately going to pillage this city. We'll get it again later at some points by attaching it, but for now we don't need it. Okay, now I want to consider what other wonder we might want. Someone claims Santa Maria, which is honestly the one I was most interested in for the extra influence on the territories. Go for Brussels Town Hall. That's mostly a fame play, right? It does give some industry and money. This one is pretty nice for the for a military game, which is kind of what I've been playing this game and often play, right? And this gives us quite a bit of money as well. I like that CS. Let's grab the hotel. So is that one. Matters the least. Yeah, I'm careful about the axes that I'm moving on, right? Like, I don't want to accidentally lose bonuses that are really important for my gameplay. Go ahead and buy some of these. It's my excess. 22% surplus. When's my... Yeah, once I get humanism, I won't be as worried about the impact of stability there. That's lucky. Let's explore. So humanism, of course, is kind of like the top tier tech, right? I haven't really talked about it at all, but getting access to those manufactories, and I know I've harped on this before, but access to the manufactories is such a game changer, right? Because it's basically like an exponential increase in your outputs once you once you start to get those going. So it's really a priority in every single game. Let's see. Let's out with the obelisk really quick. And none of these are great options. I don't feel like this is a really good city. Kind of one I took because it's available and I needed cities in general. Some extra industry there. So I can actually build things. Okay, racking up some Aerostars. I forgot the Argentinians are in the game now. I wasn't really impressed with their stuff when they first released. I definitely lose that battle on the water. Okay, it's really obnoxious. Lots of this intelligence or leverage down here that I can take advantage of. Abandoned boats. Just combine these guys. Just gonna wait for now. Doing pretty well on Aerostars. Obviously my science is pretty slow. I get humanism next turn though, which is going to be a massive boon for me. Okay. Let's finish that science quarter. And let's see what the damage is. That's not terrible. Let's see. Civic materials procurement. Don't need either of those at the moment. I do have my next tenant. I could go for the combat strength on unit. Makes some amount of sense. Raise monuments is actually one I'm going to consider this game, I think. The extra science and cultural wonders. I'm pretty behind on science. I almost always take meditate often for that combat strength bonus. But I feel like I have some other combat strength bonuses that are going to do me well. So I'm actually going to take raise monuments to up my science. We'll pick up 3-masted ship so we can get the naval transport as well as colony plan. And then maybe supply lines for the city cap. And then gunpowder warfare. And then down here, look at all this leverage. A lot of it's in the ocean, which is a little annoying. All right, so let's see. Non-aggression pact? No, I don't think so. And over here, going to discover a new person here, it seems. They were the Babylonians, and they're now the Swiss. See if I can get a trade agreement. Ugh, they want a lot of money for that. Suppose it makes sense to hold off on the trade agreements until I get my manufactories up. Okay, speaking of manufactories, before I hit end turn here, I can do ebony and papyrus here, and ebony and papyrus in Kerma. I want to try to distribute these as much as possible so I can make sure that I'm getting the luxury effects, or the stability effects in as many cities as I can. I don't have any luxuries in that city. Okay, I think Haojing's the only one with gemstones, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see the gemstone manufactory here. We have papyrus and incense. We have just incense, so there are a whole bunch of other ones that I don't have enough of at the moment. Right, there's nothing here. Thought I had papyrus and ebony. Did they remove the global effect from these? I don't see it anymore. Find out soon, I suppose. Get my ebony manufactory. Does it say on the... Oh, okay, it has the wondrous effects listed there. All right, thought I was going crazy for a second. I feel like it used to show it when you were placing these things, though. Okay, so we have tea here. I think that's the only one that has tea, actually. And then we have incense here, and I think incense is an option here. There are a lot more options in Unug, though, for later. But I suppose I kind of need one now, don't I? Decisions. Could go for another holy site, right? And I'll try to get access to these other ones through trade. It's a ruin there. Just go away on the side. So I think I will actually build this one up in Fenghao. Because I'd like the Taj Mahal effect to be active here, where I'm getting that plus 50% money. So with Taj Mahal, you get the plus 50% money on settled cities, right? So anything with over the 90% stability. So we'd like to keep everything settled if we can. At least anything producing a substantial amount of money. So I think I'll probably go for the reduced wondrous deposit requirements. I feel like they have a more advanced thing than I don't know. I can't retreat. Okay, I guess we'll manual battle. Hopefully we can reinforce. This is an odd fight, if I'm being completely honest. What I'd really want to do is get up on land with my crossbows, but I can't really do that at the moment. Okay, there we go. Trying to get rid of those guys. Don't know where they're really coming from. Alright, Cog, let's go this way. So you can find anything. I'd really like to start securing more of the strategics if I can find them. Time to meet yellow, hopefully. Pretty bit of gold. The Norsemen. Alright. So, materials procurement. We're going to reduce the resource deposits required to build the manufactories. See if that opens up any options, which it does. It opens up a ton of options. It opens up nearly all the options. See, is there anywhere else I can build these? Or are they all in that one city? Okay, there are quite a few here. Let me go ahead and just buy those items out. So I think gold. Oh, Kerma. Okay, dye there. Napata, nothing there. The Venta would still be nothing. Here so you can get sage. I feel like I don't really need them in that city. Okay, I can get marble here. Like, I don't think I have another city with marble in it. Okay, silver will definitely be here. And there's sage, saffron, and dye. So saffron and dye here. Just dye and Kerma. And that's that. Okay. So we'll do dye and Kerma. We will do saffron and Haojing. We will do sage in, I'm forgetting the name of the city now that I can't see it. In Unug. Whatever it is. Okay. Keep collecting leverage. And one more turn on 3-masted ship, so I can start sending military units across the ocean soon. Start picking on some of these other players. I'm gonna do a quick search through and make sure there aren't any more luxury deposits that I can build. Do a quick click on all these. Yeah, marble. Get that. Okay. All good here. Good here. Pearls. Grab that real quick. Alright, now we look good. That's why you always do a quick run. Even like a 5% difference in your outputs can make a huge difference, right? I feel like these pearls there's probably only 1 or 2 of in the world, but 5% output across all your cities, especially if you're stacking multiple of those effects across multiple luxuries, makes a big difference. They don't have a lot for trade. I guess I only know what I've seen. There you go, there's 3-masted ship. Okay, let's send our embassy, or our envoy over, not our embassy. Embassy is a building. And we could start working on the hotel. It's a lot of food there. Use a fair bit of production. We get 37 there. Still lose almost as much production though. Okay, that's fine. Does that mean you think about that actually? Yeah, it's 19 production I can get there. Opportunity cost, right? There we go. Kerma. Let's see. A little more industry, just gonna buy that. Grab the high furnace, just gonna buy that as well. And maybe we start working on the hotel. I also am thinking about combining maybe one of these cities here. Kerma and Napata are potentially an option. We need to make their infrastructure a little bit more similar though. A lot of differences at the moment. Okay. A little bit of a struggle down here with my stability because I didn't really have the option of building any manufactories in that area. So this may be a place to build the hotel for that extra stability down here. You can take out this guy running around. It does bother me when there's like a basically dead player just running around the map still. Do manual battle. Prowlers are prowling no more. And I'll probably lose this cog, but I want to see what the ocean looks like in this direction. That's kind of the purpose of building it to begin with, right? Okay. Industry. I'd like to get up to at least 1,000 industry. I might have to be satisfied with less than that because I do need to build other things. Seems fine. That seems fine. That seems fine. And And there's a lot I don't know. These two cities would just be better together. Or so would Kerma and Napata, and I think they're more likely to be able to handle the that's a 2% surplus. It's a 47% surplus. Control or eliminates. I don't know what the best option is here. Let's go for eliminate. I feel like there's a possibility that escalates into an event that I don't really want to deal with later. So we'll just take the slightly more painful option now. I also didn't really want to reduce my science output, to be completely honest. Alright. Come up here. Just explore around the coast here. I think the Norsemen might be a target here. I do like the ones in the... Whoa. Something happened with my mouse there. I apologize. I do like the ones in the corner, right? So if you can pick on the guys in the corner on the different continents, you're less exposed to other players than if you kind of land in the center of the continent. It gives you a better path, I guess you could call it. What happened here? All right, from the attachment. Get that sage manufactory. Wait. Guess there's a... Yeah, down here. I'll have to go clear that out. It's obnoxious. Okay, who are you? The Swiss. Did I have some kind of temporary effect increasing my stability somewhere? Or globally? Because I feel like my stability has crashed in a lot of places after I had stabilized it already. Go ahead and grab the artisan workshop for those extra industry slots. $37 food's quite nice. Maker's quarter. Alright. Another 47 food there, that's good. High furnace coming in clutch with a lot of industry. This is actually quite a productive city, almost 800 industry there. More productive than my capital. Good terrain, I guess. Yeah, pretty decent terrain here. Nice cluster of the Maker's Quarters, actually. Okay, my envoy just casually grabbing me some money. Let's see. Send these armies up this way. Grab that really quick. Okay, what do you want? Luxuries? Sure. You're a dead person anyway, so I don't really care. And over here, okay. Cog made it. Looks like it's gonna die due to flooding, so I can't really land anywhere. How am I doing on my Aerostars? Still got quite a ways to go on my Science Stars, so it'll be a little bit before I decide to go up an era still. Still working on Gunpowder Warfare. Now something I think I'm going to want soon is probably once I capture the city, I'll start producing some of the cavalry units, and then I can really start getting the benefits of these the stables of Pyramses here, which is going to give me that extra combat strength on cavalry. I haven't really used any cavalry this game despite building it. I was largely using it for its benefits to here they are, for its benefits to movements, which I think is a totally legitimate use case for it, right? Movement is a very important component of your units and opens up a lot of possibilities that you wouldn't otherwise have, right, if you didn't have the movement to support something. Alright. I will survive, because I haven't met this player yet. There we go. The Khmer. Alright. So I met all the players, so presumably I will unlock the World Congress on the next turn. Alright. Well, deeds, what are your influence for an entire continent? Great. Congress of Humankind. Alright, let's see how this works. All the world's empire is now a voice in the Congress of Humankind and placed on the international stage. In this collaborative forum, you'll be able to vote on civics and arbitrate conflicts between empires. Okay. Voting session will concern. Let's see. The Laws tab. Here you'll be able to propose civics to the members of the Congress for voting sessions. You also vote on civics submitted by session leaders. Okay, civics proposals. You can propose a civic to be voted on. Doctrines. Ideologies of Congress provide effects even if your empire does not share them. Interesting. Just looking at this really quickly. Interesting. So its effects can apply to all empires. But right now it's not really providing any effect, so why would I unlock it? Okay, laws. This one, maybe? Which is it? Sure, let's just see how this works. Does this fall? Your leverage can be increased with bonuses and bribery. The greater your international sway, the more weight your vote will have. Can bribe, okay. So, multiculturalism. So presumably that enforces the civic on everyone in the Congress, or perhaps provides some kind of disadvantage, right, to those that have the alternative civic. I don't actually know. That's something we're just playing around with to find out. So it's a way to kind of influence the overall world ideologies, right? To move along these doctrine axes here. So if you can force people in one direction or another, you can start getting the various effects on the different sides. Hmm. Let me just see how you... so there was an option to do, like, bribery. I'm not clear how you do that. I guess the vote lasts for a few turns, so maybe we'll find out. Grab that. I'm going to lose this unit. I'm just going to go ahead and disband. Getting a lot of free ships, which is my ideal kind of ship. Free. I love free stuff. Okay, there's gunpowder. Next up, let's go for mobile typeface for the various science effects. Then we can go into flintlock, which will get us the musketeers as well as our emblematic unit. And I think we can... What's my surplus here? 47%. Wonder how bad it would be if I absorb this. Let's do it. That's not bad. Huh. Plus 50 science on cultural wonder. Okay. Right. 15 and 24, 17 and 24. Yeah, well, the one with the more yields, obviously. So I'm building it there for the I'm building it in the city for the stability effects, obviously, since I just basically bought out this other city. Let's get a bunch of people contributing to this. Buy out some of these other items. I do plan on being in conflict soon, right? So this is going to give me that extra combat strength per veterancy level. And I do have some veterancy on units since I have been in a few conflicts already. I'm going to bring these guys back and just upgrade them. Right, I don't have my saltpeter yet. Okay, only have enough money for one now. That's fine. I'll have enough on the next turn. Let's take a look at strategics. And here we go. There's another saltpeter there. Nothing else, though, as far as I can tell. Which is a good sign. Saltpeter is not like the most important one. You just need a couple of them, right, to support your military units. It does help with your science generation. There's a specific infrastructure that gives you science based on the amount of saltpeter that you have, and I think is a percentage increase to your science. However, I don't think it's as fundamental as some of the other ones. It's pretty important to have stuff like oil and uranium later in the game. It can really handicap you if you don't have those. Okay. Supernatural wonder. The Swiss, of course, with the most international sway, which is a little ironic in a way. I get what they were going for, that they're a diplomacy culture, but they're also very isolationist historically, right? Their whole thing is that they don't get involved. Okay. What's really interesting about these units is that I can basically use them as scouts, right? Let's retreat from that. Oops. And keep moving these envoys. Go ahead and make some upgrades here. Let's see what this land is about down here. I'm expecting hostile land. Okay, I'll have to surprise war these guys, which I am definitely not against. I do it all the time. I would like to have a grievance there, but take what you can get. Okay, stability here is an issue. 15 stability from that. I would recommend I put it there. 5 stability? It's ridiculous. It's nice 5 food and 6 production. That's not so bad at this point in the game. I think I'm going to do that. Also really like to keep my stability up here. 15 is pretty good. This is where the Ming would have been very handy. Okay, I'm hoping these guys don't just roll out with like a giant swarm of gunpowder units. We'll see what happens. It's always a risk when you cross the ocean, right? Because it takes so many turns to get across the ocean that you frequently run into higher tech units than the ones that you have, just because they have so many extra turns to get to that point where they have a stronger force. Actually, let's explore a little bit more. Doesn't seem like they have an army there at the moment, which is exactly what I want. Just swoop in and take all their stuff.
The written word was...
Okay, I was the first to discover mobile typeface, which is a pretty good sign for me. Could sacrifice population to finish this. I feel like I grow pretty quickly here now. I'm gonna do that. I'm at plus 400 food, which is quite a bit. Let's grab all the science infrastructure, and we'll prioritize that over the Three Sisters plantation now, right? Like, we don't need that nearly as much as we did before. Also, no, I'm not losing stability there. Sometimes I make kind of insane suggestions about where to build things. That was one of those times. Do something like that. Also need the apothecary. Okay. Artistic expression. Don't need it at the moment, but thanks for asking. Okay. Let's really start focusing on one thing or another here. Thinking maybe money. I already have like a fair buildup of these market quarters here. So I think if we go for money, we can't really go wrong. Let's go down that way. Over here, I still feel like I don't really have much of anything, to be honest. Such an awkward city. Let's get another maker's quarter. Attach. I don't think that makes that much of a difference, though. What's this? What? How did they... Oh, it was a retreat. Okay, I thought they destroyed my units. I remembered retreating. I was very confused for a second. Okay. Go up here. So obviously just setting up for a bit of a blitz against Mikane here. How many turns? Let's see. It's going to be a little bit for my technology stars. it right there is fine. Sure. Funny that I could do that in the Fog of War. Okay. Wish I could know how much influence I'm getting from the one I currently have. I guess we voted on monoculturalism. Going to refuse. Don't think I want that one. A lot of my cities are conquered, right? So I think I get more from the other one than I would from monoculturalism. I wasn't really paying that much attention to that Congress, and I don't really know how to bribe people. And I didn't really have that much international sway. Okay, okay. I think maybe next turn we can declare war. I'm gonna give this a quick save because I am like paranoid about there used to be a bug where your units could get stuck in combat basically, or like the combat would freeze and you couldn't end turn or anything. So I'm a little paranoid about saving my turns, especially before I enter a war. Cover, celebrating, okay, great. Just buy some more stuff. Get more science, lovely. Just keep buying is really the motto of this game. A little free discovery there. 300 gold, it's alright. I'm gonna keep the Karak around just in case some enemy ships show up. I think that's pretty unlikely. Okay, free musketeers, take it. Head on over to that readout over there. Need to wait a turn. Bandari. What's a Bandari? That's not the Swahili district, is it? It might be. Okay, got the flintlock now. So next turn we'll be able to really get in here and go after Mukune. In the meantime, let's use that guy to kind of scout around Babylon for me. And we're going to go for chartered companies because that has some of that infrastructure that I'd really like to build. Just get some of this basic infrastructure that we don't have here. A little nervous to keep building Santa Maria del Fiore. I do want that. They have Mausoleum there too. And the Forbidden City. Wow, they have a lot of wonders in Babylon. Well, I guess I know what my next target's going to be. Though they seem like they're a little bit stronger to me. And I think the fame chart bears that out. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe how many free Karaks I've got in this game. If I could get another one, oh, it would be great. If I didn't have to build a navy at all, I would be very happy. Okay, I could claim another wonder. I do like Topkapi a lot. The 100% production towards... the 100% production towards wonders is really good. There's also Brussels Town Hall, which just gives you a lot of fame. I feel like Topkapi makes the most sense with the shared projects. I'm going to grab that. Maybe Brussels will still be available later. We'll see. I go here and attack? What's the battlefield look like for there? Doesn't make sense for me. Alright, we'll do it the boring way. And, right, I don't have any arquebuses here. Okay, let's move some of these guys to the back a little bit so my crossbows can actually shoot things at the start of the round. And I don't think I'll be able to shoot anything with the care axe either, but we'll bring them in just in case. Do my Varangians in position here. Let's tie those knights down with the halberdiers. Don't think I need to make an attack there. I prefer to attack down in the city, but that's not really possible. There's a cog I can kill later, I suppose. Yeah, thankfully their army is... I can't tell if it's just small or if it's out of position, to be honest. Either way, very good for me. Man, this change to line of sight with the crossbows makes a huge difference. I'm very glad that change happened. Kill them. Generally, you want to get people into the city as efficiently as possible. If you can take attacks that allow you to move other units into the city, those are the ones that you want to do when you're assaulting. Oh, I can't shoot right there. Okay, great. End the round. Don't really have much left. Thought I'd be able to shoot them from there. Apparently not. Something like that. I think that finishes it, right? Yep, there we go. There's Nikone. And I don't think that unlocks any opportunity. Yes, it does. So, quick, gonna grab that. Sneak that in there while I have the city occupied. Venta, you could use some stability. "15 influence there is not bad." That's the wrong city. Oh well. Oops. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okay, keep moving these guys up here. Freebies. So many wonders in this city. What do you want? No. Okay, as the Aristar. And also upgrade all my units here. And let's distribute a couple of these. I'm gonna keep these ones behind. I'm gonna send these guys forward to do some more conquests, see what else they have. There's the one. Knew there was another one. Per unit. Boo. Still, free stuff in general. You guys are great scouts, honestly. Let's resolve that, since I'll lose anyway. Okay. What happened to this? Yeah, they're still moving. Guess the readout disappeared. I didn't upgrade those guys. Okay. No, I don't want a non-aggression pact. As you might be able to tell, I am here to kick everyone's ass. I'm not really sure how this works. International crisis. In addition to declaring war or banning your demands to resolve a crisis, you can ask the Congress to arbitrate its outcome. I see. So it's between these two. I don't really care what the outcome of that is, I don't think. Got an attack here. Then, okay, great. Wish I could get up on this plateau. It doesn't seem like there's any way to get up there. It's a little vulnerable down there, so I'm gonna move him up here. One shot, the most powerful units that I can kill. Okay, this is some classic humankind AI behavior where they just run all their melee units into the one unit that you have. Capture the flag, don't know where the spy is. Okay, doesn't matter. Win that war at the end of next turn. That'll probably be a good place to end the episode, I think. See how I'm doing on fame. 2 more attacks. Could get some really quick attacks here if I wanted. Mercantilism would be fine. Mortars are good. Don't really care about naval artillery. Let's pick up guilds, so we have the hamlets, and we'll pick, or chivalry, so we have the hamlets, and we'll do guilds, and this is going to let us get that era star a lot faster, and then we'll be ready to go up to the next era. Press freedom. Doesn't really make a difference to me at the moment. Let's see. 31 food would be good, but let's focus on getting Top Cappy out. Go ahead and buy that. Buy that one. Buy that one. There we go. Haven't built my unique unit at all. Haven't really needed it. Okay, and now I can end the war. Force surrender. Give Mikine. And yeah, so those are kind of the 3 core territories there. I won't be able to claim any of these other ones. I don't have enough war support. Or not war support, war score, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But I should be able to do the good old pillage stuff trick. There you go. And you have the last star that I think I'm going to get. There's no way I'm getting that diplomat star. The aesthete star is a little out of reach. So let's pick what we're making here. Get a lead manufactory. Go ahead and buy that. Help with Topkapi for a bit. And then see what is actually built here. Let's get some of the science infrastructure in queue. Come on, industry, science, money, kind of my usual. We'll search siege cannons, I guess, while we wait for the next turn. Okay, I don't know why it told me I could do that if I can't. Let's get a nice combined navy going somewhere. There we go. So that'll end the medieval. Pretty easy medieval, honestly. We'll see how things go over here with Babylon. I feel like they might be a bit of a tougher opponent, but I do think I've hit critical mass at this point. I'm going to leave my pick till the start of next episode. We'll give everyone a bit of surprise, I suppose, something to look forward to. So thanks for tuning in. See you next time.